Huaxia Warring States is a strategy RPG set during ancient China's Warring States period, a time when rival kingdoms were tearing each other apart, and scholars argued about how a ruler should govern. You begin this game as a young clan member, whose father has just passed, with the Han army closing in on your home. From there, you build up your clan, recruit people, fight battles, and try to carve out a place in a world falling apart. Keep in mind that everything I'm describing and showing is work in progress footage. Firstly, what stands out to me is how hard this game leans into Chinese philosophy and bloodlines instead of pure combat. You don't just pick a class and swing a sword. You choose a bloodline, a clan name, a birth month, a hobby, and an ambition. And each of those gives you real traits. For example, being born in early spring grants water and wood affinity bonuses. Being a hunter's child means you begin with raw meat, hides, and a hunting boost. Even smaller choices change who your character is. Your stats sit on a 3-part system called Vitality, Energy, and Spirit, and each one has 3 sub-attributes. There's also a 5 elements affinity, meaning fire, water, earth, wood, and metal. That shifts how much damage you deal, and also take from spells tied to those elements. The combat stats cover the usual ground: HP, SP, melee and range damage, attack speed, evasion, crit, and so on. Then there's the ideology system, which I think is the most unusual piece. You pick a school of thought, and it affects how your character acts, and what bonuses your people get. Following the kingly way, for example, means winning others over with virtue instead of force, but it also kinda ties your hands, like only accepting one gift at a time, or needing to persuade people before they will serve you. You can level this ideology up by reading books and winning philosophical debates, which is an actual mechanic. These debates play out as a small back and forth. When you're trying to get someone to surrender or bring a merchant's price down, you pick from options like reason, state, and push to chip away at their position until they give in. It's not super deep, but it's a nice change of pace from fighting. The combat itself has 2 sides to it. On the Overworld, you move your party around, see enemy groups with numbers above their heads, and get a battle prediction. Easy, hard, and so on, before you commit. Once you hit eliminate, it shifts into a tactical fight, where you control your hero directly and your troops follow along. That said, the difficulty feels all over the place right now. One fight is a walkover, and the next one wipes you out completely, without much warning in between. Even with the difficulty prediction system, the combat itself does feel quite meaty though. After winning, you pick up loot and can take defeated enemies as captives, either to set them free, or to turn them into your own troops. Your party holds up to 5 heroes plus regular troops, which come in different types, and follow an upgrade tree, turning a basic robber into stronger units, over multiple tiers. You handle their wages, food, medicine, and carry weight. And there is an auto resupply option, if you don't want to fiddle with it constantly. Outside of fights, you run a clan homestead, trade goods in markets for coin, take quests like the bandit scourge job to clean out marauders, and build ties with family, sworn siblings, and also romantic partners. A full relations screen shows your family tree, and the affinity with each person goes up or down, based on what you do. Now, as for some of the rough parts I encountered, the user interface is honestly a lot to take in, and it is pretty overwhelming at first. There is stuff crammed into every corner, and it does take a while to figure out what matters. The translation in the current build is also patchy, with whole chunks still in Chinese. Important parts, by the way, and other bits only half converted, so tooltips and menus sometimes leave you guessing. The devs are planning 12 to 18 months in early access, with more clans, more legendary figures, mythical beasts, reforms, and state policies to come. Right now there's approximately 50 to 80 hours of content between the exploration mode and the standard mode. If you do enjoy slow, systems-heavy games, where tiny early decisions matter a lot later, and the setting here pulls you in, then this game is worth keeping on your radar for sure. But if you would rather have something polished and easy to pick up right away, then waiting until this one leaves early access is probably the much smarter call. And this sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.